Good morning, crafters. Welcome to my channel. I'm Sarah, the owner of Earthly Temptations, where I create handcrafted goods. So today I wanted to make a quick video because I still see people asking how do you do the canvases. So I just wanted to go over some tips and some pointers for that. So here is a canvas that I had did, but I already started painting. Got my little Afro girl. First, I'm gonna go over the supplies that you need. So for these canvas paintings, I just use the regular crafter square flat canvases. And I found these at the local dollar store. Some of them will be different. Some of them say artistry canvas, or some of them say crafting panel. You can use both of those, just the time may differ on those when you go to pressing. So these canvases are for sublimation, so you'll need your sublimation paper. I like to use a sub, but you guys can use whatever works best for you. When I first started subbing, this is the only brand that I heard about, so I just stuck with them. For this particular canvas, since it's so small, I'm just using the 8x5x11s. But if you have bigger paper, you could just go ahead and use that as well. I'm going to show you guys the paper, just in case you're not aware of it. Oh, it's like a sub like this. So it's a sub on the back. You load this way in, then of course it prints on this side. Along with that, you'll need like a little Teflon sheet, or if you have something else that will work too. And this is to put on the heat press as you're pressing. And also you're gonna need some wax paper. Or if you don't use wax paper, you can also use the butcher paper. I think that may be better because that's also a little thicker, so it won't transfer any ink onto your machine or to the other side of the paper. So you need your heat tape. So this tape is good for high temperature heat. So the heat press, it won't peel off like the regular Scotch tape or any other tape would. Of course, you need your scissors. Any regular scissors will do. And this is for cutting the tape, or you can also use it to cut the image. Then you need something, a weight. So I use this for my weight, or you can get something heavier, or you can actually use a real weight. And this is to put on top of the canvas after you press it, because sometimes, as you see, like it'll bulk up. I'm not sure if you guys can see that. It doesn't lay flat, so if you put the weight on it, just to hold it, press it down to be flat in the middle. And then of course you need your printer for sub, and then you need your heat press. So what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna start at the beginning. So to make mine, I just print right off of Word. So you go in, insert. And my computer is extremely slow, so bear with me here. So go down to pictures, this device. Then I have a little section to the side that's all for painting canvases. So I'm gonna go into that section for my canvas for painting. And just scroll through and find whatever image you wanna use. So these images that I have here, I found them on other groups, on my Facebook groups. I'm in a few, and they do share a lot of images, so that's where I got these from. Or you can just also go to Google and search in coloring page images, and then save those to your computer, and then you can print those. So let's see. I think I'm gonna do this lady, we call her Mother Earth. I'm gonna do Mother Earth. So as we wait for that to load. So you see how it's not like actually white throughout the image. It's like a beige image. So I'm gonna right click on my computer and go down to format picture. Wait on that to load up. Go to this little paint Go to the last one that looked like a little picture with the mountain on it. So you go down to picture color and then you recolor the image. And this is only if your image isn't already white in the background. You don't really want it to be cream or faded out, because when you print that and press it, it's gonna show up dark on the canvas. So play around with it and get it to be white. So like this, you can see it's more clear. And then since it got like a lot of black lines around it, what I'll do is I'll go to crop and then just try to crop those lines out so that when you print it, those lines won't come out and they won't be on the canvas. So that looks pretty good to me. So the next thing is you want to resize the image, because again, these canvases are only 8 by 10, so you want to get that to 8 by 10. Go to size and position. Take the lock off, so when you change the height, the width won't change also. So since they are 8 by 10s, I just do like 9.9, so when it prints off, it won't be too large. And instead of 8 for the width, I do like 7.9. So we have that there. Now, depending on the image, you may want to flip it or it may not. Like since this one doesn't have any words or anything, I'm good with her looking that way. But again, since it's sub, it's gonna come out the other way when you press it. So that looks good to me. So I'm gonna print that. And you see it's connected to the Epson. Probably work better if the printer is on and not in sleep mode. So yeah, I like to just do these to sell on the regular, or if someone's having a birthday party, or if you want to have a girls' night. This is something quick that you can do, and it's easy to make a quick little profit off of it because it's really inexpensive. Okay, so while that's printing out, go ahead and grab the canvas. Open that up. Okay, how you see the canvas is just white. So some of the canvases do notice that some of them do have slight imperfections, that they'll have little marks on them. So just keep an eye on that when you're selecting your canvases. So here's the picture. We got her all printed out. So what you want to do next is just simply lay the image on the canvas, right? So I like to flip it over just so I can have a better view of where the image is at, because you don't want it to be hanging off the side. You want to try to get that centered, right? So once you have it in a good spot, you want to take your heat tape. And you're just taking a little of this to tape the image down so when you flip it over, it doesn't move. So how many ever strips you feel comfortable with or you feel is needed to hold your image down. So I'm just gonna do 2, like one on the side and then one at the bottom. All right, so you got that on there. So put that on there. And now we're gonna move over to the heat press. So I have my heat press set at 187, and we're just gonna do for 27 seconds. And it really doesn't take a long time to get this image pressed onto this canvas. It really happens quick, so you don't wanna go for too much time. So I have the swing away heat press. I ordered this off Amazon. It was like a 5-in-1. But of course, some of the pieces stopped working, so I just use it for this now. It was attached with like a cup attachment and a plate attachment. I never used the plate. So, all right, once you got that on your heat press, you want to go ahead and take your parchment paper, and then I do an oversized sheet just so I can make sure that I'm covering the brown Teflon. I'm not sure, but I be feeling like the Teflon be burning onto the heat press, and then it leaves a color on the heat press that comes out on my canvases. I'm not sure if that actually happened or if I'm making that up. So still for caution, I just add another plain sheet of paper over that so that the marks that's already previously on my heat press doesn't press to the canvas. So you get that lined up on there pretty nicely. And once you got it, you just go ahead and push that down. Press the start button. And you let the heat press do its job. And like I said, 27 seconds. It's gonna go very fast. So you don't want to really walk away, because as soon as you walk away, it's gonna be time to take it off. So my 8x10 canvas is just for the picture only. I sell about around like 10 or 15 bucks. But sometimes I add the paint in for customers, and then I sell them for $20 for the 8x10s. And if someone's having like a birthday party or something like that, I do a group discount. So, all right, take that off. Another thing that you could have is gloves. I know a lot of people like to work with gloves when they use the heat press, but for me, it's not really that hot, so I just go ahead and skip out. So again, remember I said you need that weight down so it don't buckle in the middle. And you just let that sit there for a few seconds, or even you can let it sit for 2 minutes so it can be more pressure on it and so it won't buckle in the middle. Maybe you have to use 2 things for weights to hold it down, because it will buckle. It's not that big of a deal, but when you go to paint, it won't be flat, so it'll kind of have, the buckle in the middle, which will make it a little bit harder for painting, but it'll be okay. It'll still work. So after you let that sit for a minute, move the weights away. And also what you can do before you even put the weights down, you probably want to check the image and see if it came off or not. So you see how that just came off, and it comes off just like that. So depending on what the image is, you may want to like move it around a little bit, because you see with her, I had a little room to go over to the side so that her body be more centered. But if not, it's not really a big deal. See if you can see like that buckling, how it's not flat. So more weight on it would have been nice to just hold it down some. Or if the weight doesn't work out and the buckling is a problem for you, you could just simply pick it up and bend it in some while it's still hot. And that'll take away some of the buckleness. So when I sell these, I'm gonna show you guys how I package them. Just grab any package supplies. So these little paint things I ordered from Amazon. They have smaller ones, which also work, because I don't feel like when you paint in a canvas this small, you don't really need that much paint. So I just go ahead and I fill these up, give them a paintbrush. Depending on what the canvas is, I may give 2. If it's like something where you need to get in a small line, I give them a really small brush, and then I give them a bigger brush for this. And then the paint that I use for that is just regular dollar store acrylic paint, or you can get Walmart. They have good deals if you get them in bundles. So the paint doesn't really matter as long as it's acrylic. Water-based paints will not show up on these well, so you fill them up. And then depending on if you can find them, I sometimes include these. So if it's gonna be like at a party, I know with a large group, I'll include these so that they can share some of the paint also, so they don't have to buy extra colors. Again, I packaged in it. This is just the ordinary t-shirt bag that I also ordered off of Amazon. So what I'll do is just slide that right in there. See how that fits nice? And you're gonna take your paint thing once you fill it and you slide it right on the side. Then you got your paintbrush. You want to include that in, 1 or 2 depending on the image. Then I like to put it off to the side so that the people can see that they're getting that as well. Then this has a little strip on the back that you can peel off. And I usually tape that down like that. Then I'll put my logo sticker right here on the back of that. And then there you go. And it's ready to be sold or given away for a birthday party, or it makes a nice little gift for a day year. So that's how you sub on the canvas from the dollar store. I hope this video was helpful for you guys. Please like, subscribe, leave a comment if there's any other thing that you guys need help with. I'm more than happy to go over that and make you guys a video. But till then, happy crafting. I hope everyone stays safe and beautiful. Have a great day.